Imagine if humans and animals swapped places. It's a frightening thought, isn't it? That was the main idea of an animation I came across a few months ago. And I was hooked. I watched animation after animation. Each one dealt with a topic of similar importance, and each was more frightful than the last. And so, over the next few days, a large cloud grew over my head as I wondered who would have the burden of solving these issues. I was like a cartoon character. I would walk, the cloud would follow me, and rain down on me. And that's when I made my first big realization. I realized that the change we needed, the change had to come from our generation. That it was my generation that had to solve the issues outlined in these animations. We were like Atlas, forced to carry the world on our backs, and at the same time, like Sisyphus, forced to roll a boulder up a hill, only to watch it fall back down. But we had an even harder task. We had to make sure that the boulder stayed on the hill. And so, to be honest, I tried to do my small part. I volunteered and did some community service, and maybe that way I could help solve these issues. But the cloud only grew, as I realized the scale and reality of these problems. And that's when I made my second big realization. I realized that the change we needed did not sprout from individual action, but from a change in society as a whole. I also realized that if we were to take each of these issues on their own and solve them and move on to the next, would be like playing the arcade game Whack-A-Mole, where you hit one mole and another one comes out, you hit that and another one comes out, and so on and so forth. We had to deal with the underlying issue, our society. Now, we're not tech company CEOs or world leaders, but that's okay. We can start in our own communities. Education, for example. By moving away from rankings and numbers and into open discussion and debate, a whole generation will change. By moving away from memorization and tests and into community service and open-mindedness, a whole generation will change. And so imagine the change when we implement this on countless other social institutions. Now this change is difficult, it's costly, and most of all, it's scary. And trust me, if it seems impossible now, it's going to seem even more impossible when we get started. But the only way we can move is forward, because we can truly create the society that we dream of.